more to the camera.
Stay right there. Yeah. Well, it's the battle of the parish, St. James's Parish to be exact. We have VOJN on one hand and St. James's on the other. This match really should have been played at the VOJN playing field, but I understand that the pitch is not ready for the match today, so we have shifted to the ETW. So we have the St. James's captain with me, Williams, and James for VOJN. The toss is about to be spun. Keon Pemberton, the lead umpire here, will ensure that the coin is tossed, and we'll have a call. It looks as if Williams is going to toss the coin. James is going to make the call.
You have a iPhone, but it's not as clean as yours.
What was it called? Heads. And what's the umps? No, what did you have? Heads. Okay, come here. Talk to me. Um, you have won the toss. What's your intention today? You're gonna bat first.
Yeah.
Any reason for batting first?
Yeah, try to make a high score.
Try to make a high score, and of course, you could make your third half century. You're thinking about that too?
Yeah.
Maybe not a half century. What about a century today?
And try.
You're gonna try. All right. Well, wish you all the best. Williams, had you won the toss, what would you have done?
Well, we would have let them bat first.
So you have no problem with them batting first?
No.
And you think you could bowl them out for a small score?
Yes.
Nobody's gonna make a half century on you today?
No.
Definitely not. You like the sound of that?
No.
Well, all the best, guys. Let's look for a good match today. Yeah. So the news from the middle is that the VOJN team, they have won the toss and have elected to bat first, and the St. James's primary team, they too are saying that had they won the toss, they would have fielded anyway. So they basically are saying that they have gotten what they desired, restrict the VOJN team to a small total. And remember their last game they played, they fielded first and won the game. So they want to have a repeat today. These guys know each other, a very good friendship between them. So Captain Williams having a chat with James and Daniel. Well, interestingly, the Captain Williams is going to start for the St. James's Primary School, and Coach Adrian Williams making the field adjustments, trying to make sure that the fielders are in the correct positions. Now, what's interesting is that the wind here at the ETW is excessive. I mean, we have had word of a storm in the Windward Islands, also affecting Barbados and Trinidad and so on. But trust me, the wind here has been really difficult to deal with. Here goes. And that's, well, they're running. Is that a leg by, well, a bit of baton to that, and Williams should have been covering the distance down the track after he bowled. They just ran through. So they're off and running, 1 run to the total. So it's going to be Williams once more. Prior to this tournament, I was more knowledgeable of his skills at swimming and his football skills. Never knew that he could play cricket. Here he goes. Ball short of a length. He's slamming it into the outside. And the fielder races after it. They're coming back for the second, and we'll get it easily in the end. So 2 more to the total. So 3 for no loss. Fielding looks a little casual for the moment. So Daniel will settle once more. Williams will bowl. Here's Williams moving in now to bowl. He's cutting that one. Third man, well, third woman it is, comes into the frame. The keeper doesn't do too well. They might be thinking of an overthrow, but decide against it. So that would bring James back into strike. So easy like that, it's already 4 for no loss without breaking a sweat really. The wind continues to pick up here at the ETW as Williams bowl. That's a good delivery, but well stopped. You'd have to say well stopped, as that was well timed, and it was traveling, but the fielder got in the way and stopped it effectively. So one more to the total, 5 for no loss. We're still in over number 1. Brings Daniel back into strike ball. That might be the first wide of the game, so make that 6 for no loss. Williams losing the script on that occasion. Would have done pretty well in terms of line up to that point. Here he goes. Well, that ball was struck in the air. I think it's Laggy. Watched it. Maybe just a little afraid to try to catch it, but it was catchable. And they went away for 2 more. So Williams would have bowled about, well, they made a change now. So Laggy goes to mid-off. So it's 10 for no loss. Hits it in the air. Williams chases after it and picks it up. And finally ends the over. So 10 for no loss after 1. VOJN batting first. So we'll have the second over. And they haven't really, well, starts pretty well. Knocks it into the offside. Off and running. That would be run number 11. Pretty well bowled. Drives it into the offside. The fielder has a chase. Comes across. Bubbles with it. And they get 1 more. 13. 1 more loss. We're in over number 2. VOJN going along quietly. Both of these batsmen can score boundaries, but no boundaries as yet. But not breaking a sweat. It's 13 for no loss. Bowls. He's punching it into the offside. This might be the first. No, there's a man deep. And they'll go back for the second. Are they going back? Well, one player wanted to come back. That looks like James. And was not interested, Tijari. So 13 for no loss. We're in over number 2. So Adrian Williams making some more adjustments from the distance. As the bowler will move in now to bowl to Daniel. Daniel is on the back foot, pushes it up the strip. The bowler rushes across. That's good work by the bowler on this occasion. No runs. 13 for no loss. Daniel will settle once more. Number 7 on his back. Moves in now to bowl. He's driving, coming across the fielder. Stops it. Make that run number 14. 14 for no loss. And doing it easily here for the moment. So James will settle bowls. He's swinging into that, but he doesn't time it well. And square leg comes across, makes a sliding save. And 1 more to the total. 15 for no loss. We're in over number 2. And well, that ends the over. 15 for no loss at the end of 2. So 15 for no loss. 2 overs completed. Here goes Williams bowling his second over. He's driving. Fielder comes across, bubbles slightly. They're thinking about the run and then hesitation. So no runs in the end, even though the ball has not yet been secured. Finally is. So 15 for no loss. Williams finished his over with 3 wides. Would want to do a lot better than that now as he moves in now to bowl. He's driving. The fielder comes across, fields well. That's good fielding. And well backed up here. This could be interesting. And Williams not very happy with the fielders. 1 more to the total. 16 for no loss. Still gesticulating is Williams. Moves in once more to bowl. That's a good delivery. He's on the back foot. Defends. But that was well lined, well pitched. And thinking of the single, it's not on. Keeper not doing well at all. And they get an extra, is racing back for another. And so 2 more to the total. 3 more actually, because they ran 2 and it's a wide signal. So 3 more to the total. I've lost count, but we're about 20 for no loss. We're in over number 4. Bowls, that's better bowled. That's a good delivery. Actually seemed as if it was an off spinner coming back. The batsman stodgily defending. Can't score. So Daniel and James, they're part of a formidable partnership, the Daniel and James company, and they really played well. Swings it in the air. Fielder comes across, doesn't negotiate the spinner after the ball dropped, and it goes into the boundary for the first 4. So I would say it's about 25 or so now for no loss. So Daniel will settle. As it could be Zane Mintus, I'm not sure, but he moves in once more to bowl. He's slapping it into the offside. That's a lovely shot. It's traveling down the hill. That might get to the boundary as well. Iffy, and pulled in just inside. They get 2. Lovely looking shot. They might even get 3, but the fielder does some good work. And so 2 more to the total. So unofficially we'll go on this total, 26 for no loss, being over number 4. Daniel has batted pretty well so far. James still cranking up slightly. Hasn't gotten into his full flow as yet. Stroking it nicely. The bowler stops it well, can't score. 26 for no loss. Prepares to bowl once more to Daniel. Settles over his bat. Dapper looking figure. Moves in now to bowl. He's swinging at that. That's a loose shot. Trying the slug sweep. It was way outside the off stump, and he had a swing at that. And I think James is telling him just be a little careful there. Settles over his bat once more. As he moves in once more to bowl. He's swinging again, and it kept down low on him, and he played right over it. And his dad, Coach Skidder, screams at him to tell him play the ball straight. Twice he was swinging across the line. That ends the over. So Williams is out of the attack. He has brought in another bowler now from the pavilion end as the wind picks up once more. Here he goes, full toss, swung away. And I'm not sure if it has gone the distance. It lands inside the boundary. And that's the way James plays. You get a full toss like that, he's going to put it away. 30 for no loss. Over number 5. James will settle once more. If anything would have cranked him up, that would have. Moves in now to bowl. He's getting a wide delivery. The keeper comes across, knocks it down with the glove. They were thinking of an extra run, but it's another wide. 31, I would make it. 32 for safety. Here goes, moves in now to bowl. He's on the back foot, punches it. Man at extra cover, stops it, can't score. Better delivery that. So here he goes, moves in now to bowl. He's hitting it in the air, down the ground. That's a lovely shot. That's going for 4. As straight as an arrow. And that's a lovely shot by James. 36 for no loss. You get the impression they're gonna make a big total here today, unless something goes wrong in terms of a wicket falls now. 37 for no loss. Moves in now. Swing and a miss. The umpire doesn't signal, so apparently he touched the pad. The wind really boiling here at the E.T. Willett Park. .37 for no loss. We're in over number 5. Moves in now to bowl. He's having a drive at that. Got the out edge into the offside. This is mix up here. and the keeper tried to run him out. The two batsmen are debating whose call that was. James not very happy. Daniel isn't going to back down either. He's saying that can't be my fault. And maybe they just need to have a friendly conversation rather than long distance dispute. Here he goes, moves in now to bowl. He's having a flash at that, comes off the pad, and this time they go through for the single. 38 for no loss, and the 5 overs completed. So new bowler into the attack. Good start. He's swinging at that almost loosely there. The fielder took a year and a Sunday to get cranked up, and they're going to go back for the second. Take it easily in the end. So 2 more to the total. We go into the 40s now. The wind continues to pick up here at the ETW. 40 for no loss. Bowls, Niger, and outside the off stump, wide signal by the umpire. So Williams ringing the changes as the bowler's being utilized here. Moves in now. That's not a bad delivery, but it might be signaled wide because the batsman went inside of it, missed the shot, goes down the leg side. 1 more to the total. I would make it about 43 now for no loss. And moves in now to bowl, full toss. He's swinging it in there. Anybody home? He almost could have taken the catch there, but he didn't. A loose looking shot that by James. The fielder should have taken that, but he seemed to be afraid of the ball. So 1 more to the total. 45 the score now for no loss. Here he goes, balls. He's hitting it again in the air, but this time away from the man at long off. He's racing after it. I think he might have gone for 4. All of his efforts in vain. 4 more to the total. And might just make it 50 on the tins as Marcus Juby signals 4. Umpire, the scorer is not acknowledging. Finally they do. So 50 on the tins by my reckoning for no loss. And Austin Williams ringing the changes, makes a change, moves the man from long off, and he goes to long off, I guess on the recommendation of coach Adrian Williams. So Niger will continue from the Bart Hotel end, and he'll be bowling now to Daniel. He's slapping it into the offside. That's a lovely shot. He has paced the gap. It goes down the hill, but Williams does well and restrict them to only a single. That was brilliant work by Williams. Certainly he too is an athlete. Got there quickly. 1 more to the total. 52 for no loss. Brings James back in strike. James watches that. That might be a white signal. Could have been a no ball as well. I think it doubled up on the pitch. 54 for no loss. Being over number 7, I think it is. Niger it is. Moves in now to bowl. That's a beamer. So it will be a no ball. Signaled. Will be a free hit. 57 for no loss and a free hit coming up. So Niger will move in now to bowl the free hit delivery. He's swinging it in the air and it's heading out towards the long on boundary. Fielder comes across. They'll only get 2. So 2 more to the total. 59 for no loss. They're still in over number 7. Here he goes, balls. He's punching it into the offside. Well, I think this could be over number 8, is it? So probably about 8 overs completed. About 62 for no loss. So it's very easy to get these 2 cricketers mixed up. These 2 young lads, James and Daniel, they look pretty similar in build and everything. Even the antics at the crease, the way they hold their bat, the stance. Very easy to get them confused. Here goes Bowles. He's stroking this one into the onside. Mid-wicket has a run. Comes across now. Picks up. They're thinking of the second, but it's not on. 63 for no loss. And by the way, that's unofficial. Here goes Bowles. He's driving. That's a lovely shot. Despairing effort there by the extra cover. Nobody deep. It's going to hit the ropes just about now as Laggy goes just to retrieve. And so he's 66 for no loss. Lovely shot on that occasion by Daniel. I think that was James. Here he goes, moves in once more. He's swinging in the air away from the field that long on, who stops it well. And they'll only get one. No, they might be even thinking two here. Thought about it late. So one more to the total. $68 for no loss. So Daniel back in strike. Oh, that's as wide as they come. And they're going through for an extra as well. They might even go back for a second. Nobody's really rushing for the ball. Need to see some more urgency in the field from the St. James's players. Not really seeing that. So it's just about 69. That's a better delivery. He put out his hand, Nigel, and despairing effort there. She fell over, and they're gonna get two very easily. And somebody's screaming at them that they're running too slowly. Maybe too confident in their abilities to hit fours and sixes and just not running the runs with any urgency. So we're into the 70s now, about 72 or so for no loss bowls, and drives it into the offside. Well stopped. So without really breaking a sweat, they've gone along merrily to 72 for no loss, just about. Here goes Bowles. He's driving, one keeping low. Well stopped again by the fielder at extra cover. 72 for no loss. And it seems as if we're going to get a water break, maybe. So water break. Well, we resume after the break, and during the break I was given the corrected score. 61 it is. I was way ahead in the 70s. Well, they're going to get to the 70s in a rapid manner, because if that's the way Nigeria is going to bowl, that's a wide. 62 for no loss. Bowls, swish at that. The keeper again doesn't do well. And that will be a wide, is it? Wide signal by the umpire. So one more to the total. The wind really creating havoc here with the camera. It moves in now to bowl, gets a full toss, swings it away, and it will run away for another boundary. So almost hitting that pretty casually, didn't really slam into it. So four more to the total. So we're having some serious difficulty with the wind and the equipment, but I guess we'll survive. There are ways to deal with things, even though they might not be the most comfortable. Here goes once more. He's driving back up the strip to the bowler. So it's just about 68 for no loss. Bowl, better delivery, bangs it into the offside. Williams dives. That's a good effort there by Williams, the captain. leading by example, diving away, saving a certain boundary there. And one more to the total. So 69 for no loss. This might be about over number 8. He's tugging this one into the onside. The fielder comes across, misfields badly. And long on comes across and also doesn't collect cleanly, but recovers in the end. And so we're into the 70s. 70 for no loss. And this combination has been very useful for VOJN. Slaps it. Oh, well caught there by Williams. Throws it in the air, celebrates. And so wicket number 1 goes. And it's the man who has made a couple of half centuries, Deshaun James, hitting it to the wrong man on this occasion. And Williams latched onto it and threw it in the air in celebration. And so another wicket, well, 1 wicket goes. The combination opening partnership has eventually been broken. Very difficult to break, I must tell you. And so it would be interesting to see what the remainder of the batting for VOJN is like. As the man with number 12 on his back goes to the crease. 70 for the loss of 1. Here goes, bowled. Well, the shot not exuding too much confidence, really. Certainly different kettle of fish as to what we would have seen before. But that ends the over. Tijari asking for a change of bat. Things are not calmer now. The wind has taken a little break. As it's going to be the bowler with number 2 on his back. Moving in now to bowl. The ball not released really, well, not going the direction he wanted it to go. Probably his hand hit his body and the ball fell out. So here he goes. Moves in now to bowl. Oh. Wide signaled. Could have even been a dead ball. As he just almost took off his own toe with that one. Moves in once more to bowl. Better delivery. He's tugging into that. Down to long on. Gets 1 more. To bowl. Might be a no ball. Well, they've gone for an extra run. Wide signal. So 2 more to the total. Keeper looking a bit too casual. Getting some advice from Williams. So is that long off? Oh, that's a no ball, but he's swinging that one away. Looks as if Tijari has decided today is going to be his day. Swung it away for 4. Here he goes, bowls. That might be another wide. It is signaled wide by the umpire. Daniel in strike. Moves in now. Swings it away. That's going down the hill. That's gone for 4. Hit it hard. Latched on to that one. And today apparently will be his day. The umpire makes the bowler wait. As he'll bowl once more. Here he goes, moves in now to bowl. Stopped by the umpire. Maybe there was some chatter going on. Moves in now to bowl. Stops again. Left alone outside the off stump. The umpire doesn't give a wide on this occasion. Here he goes. Moves in now to bowl. He's hitting it in the air, short of Williams though, who races in, overruns the ball, and recovers quickly. One more to the total. And the careless work. Tijari making sure that he got through. So brilliant running. And Adrian Williams, of course, wouldn't be happy with that. That's real slack cricket on behalf of his team. Here goes once more, bowls. Another wide will be signaled by the umpire as it goes away outside the off stump. Here goes, moves in. Oh, that's a no ball now, and he really went after that, did Tijari. Missed it, but he's going to get a free hit. You could see the way he slams the bat in the turf. He was thinking, I should have gone after that a little better. As here goes once more, moves in now to bowl. Outside the off stump, it's a free hit. He drives it into the offside, can't score. You get the impression he wants to make a half century today. He has batted well so far. He's driving, dropped. Got it in both hands and floored it. Ringing his hand now, because I could tell you these guys hit the ball pretty firmly. Still ringing that left hand. He's in problems with that. It hit him hard. Here goes, bowls. He's driving, slamming it down towards Long On, who gets down in the approved manner. Stops it well, the young lady. Doing well on that occasion. Daniel thinking I should have gone a little squarer, or at least a little to the right of the fielder. Here goes. This time he has a switch at that and misses. It's going to be signaled wide. Another wide to the total. And that has been a factor that has not really been to the benefit of this tournament. It's a great tournament, but coaches need to do a lot of work with all these wides that have been bowled. Here goes, swinging it away. Over, backward, up square, into the boundary for 4. So another boundary there to Daniel. He has really batted well today. Got his chances, but at least one. And he has to make use of it. Chances are in cricket. We understand that there are 2 more overs to be bowled. And I think the umpire is confirming how many overs this particular bowler would have bowled. I think the umpire is indicating that he can't bowl. So we have a new bowler. Daniel, hopefully is pretty close to his half century. We'd love to see the young man get to that landmark. Bowls. He's swinging. Williams drops it this time. Maybe too confident, I thought. And then he sends a hard return to the keeper. A little bit too confident, maybe the way he approached that one there, Williams. Looking at his fingers now. But it was hit straight to him. It was hit firmly though. But straight to him, and he floored it. So Daniel will settle. Moves in now. He tugs it far away from the batsman and the keeper too. White signal by the umpire. The wind boarding here at the ETW. Somewhere out in the ocean there's an angry storm. He's swinging in the air. Is anybody home? Oh, he's stopping in front, and Daniel, very upset with himself, refused to run actually. And really didn't latch on to that. And I know Coach Skater would have a few words to say about that. So had a chance, dropped off his bowling. Another possible catch just now. Square leg has gone right back as moves in now to bowl outside the off stump. He's driving. Fielder races across and then realizes there's nobody else there. They should be thinking 2. And slow running. This could be interesting. Well, he's real slow. The batsman was slow getting home, and so too was the bowler trying to get the ball onto the stumps. Failed miserably on that occasion. One shot signal, so they turned without reaching into the crease. So here goes. Moves in now to bowl. Watches that one with some disgust as it's way outside the off stump. Allows it to go through. So I think this is the penultimate over, as the bowler would hope to finish properly, finish good, as they normally say out there in the field of play. Here goes, better delivery. Did that take him on the pad? I believe so, but there was no appeal. And so I think after this over, it's just one more to go. So here he goes, moves in once more to bowl to Daniel. Daniel is driving. Where's the mid-on fielder? She comes into the frame. She's coming towards us. They're going back for the second. Oh, if the throw was better, because that batter is struggling badly to get into the creases. Here goes. Daniel is hitting it once more, not timing it well though. Sliding effort there by number 5. Good work that. No runs. That ends the over. 1 over remaining, I think. Well, Austin Williams, who started, will continue. I think Daniel is going to give him clear instructions. Get the bat on the ball and we're going to run through for 1. I want the strike. I want to get to a half century. So he's telling him, and maybe that's where Coach Williams should be getting some fielders close in to prevent that single. But they're so widely spread that that single is easily available. All he has to do is to get bat on ball, and Tijari would be racing through. Williams, on the other hand, as a bowler, would have to cover the distance quickly. Here goes, balls. Useful delivery. Williams is racing through and didn't throw. Daniel realized that Williams might just be able to run him out and turn back. No, Williams has asked him to go in closer. Nige. So I think they're getting the vibes now. Moves in now to bowl. Beaten outside the off stump. The keeper stops it. Daniel is mad as a hatter. He wants to get on strike, but he can't get on strike. The batsman needs to get some touch on it and then try to run. Off the pad, they're racing through. This could be interesting, but he's going to get home safely. Daniel wanted to get there. So by hook or by crook, he was going to get there. And he raced through. Now, can he do something with the bowling? Now he wants to hit a boundary. Now the fielder goes right back on the boundary. So, how does he handle this? As Williams bowls, hits it in the air. Anybody home, dropping just in front of Nige. Maybe even Williams should have tried coming for that. And Coach Skidder not very happy with his son there. My understanding is that this is the final over. And not handling it well is Daniel Bowles. Swing and a miss, goes to the keeper. Is he going to run? He doesn't want to run because he doesn't want to go off strike. Wide will be signaled by the umpire. So he's going to take the wide, but not the extra run. Wants to stay on strike. Worked too hard to get there. No, he doesn't want to give it up for an extra wide. So he's batting off his crease now. Moves in now, Williams. Bowls, and that's another wide. Watches it through outside the off stump. Can't score. But another wide, so another 1 in the scorer's book. And Williams' action looking a little iffy as he progresses. Bowls, better delivery. But it's another wide as he has a heave at that. The umpire signals. He really swung mightily at that one. Settles over his bat once more. Looks really frustrated here. Now he hits it back to the bowler. He wouldn't want that. Not if this is the final over. After the fact, deciding that I should have hit it a lot harder than that. He settled over his bat once more. Williams has done pretty well so far. He swings into that. The fielder comes across, but maybe only to retrieve. He's heading towards the boundary. Stop just inside. And again, Daniel looks a little, well, 4-run signal by the umpire. Thought he had stopped it inside, but that ends the over with a boundary there for Daniel. He comes not out, and maybe, just maybe, he got across the 50 mark, but he has batted superbly today. Well, apparently the young fielder having some difficulty tying his shoestrings, so young Daniel deciding to help him to get the game underway. Seems to be wondering, what did they call me out here for, really? I don't think he's gonna stop a ball too easily, you know. Doesn't look the type. Well, they've decided to get him in closer and bring somebody else to cover the boundary. Well, let's give you the updated score. VOJN batted first and got to 105 for the loss of 1 wicket. Deshaun James got 31, so he would have had 2 half-centuries prior to that and got out today. Superb catch that swung into the outside. It's going down the hill, but it's one of the top cricketers in the league getting behind it. That's Deshaun, stopping it nicely, and 1 to the total, so they're off and running, and that would bring the top scorer and the hero of the last game for St. James's, the captain and all, Austin Williams, into strike. Now the batsman having some problem with his pads, assisted by umpire Kian Pemberton. So Williams will settle. Made 37 last time around to bring victory to his team. He's swinging into that. They feel that square leg deep on the boundary, races in, misfields slightly, and they're going back for the second run. Good running that, good aggressive running that by Williams. And so 2 to the total. Make that 3 for no loss. 106 for victory. So Tijari Daniel got 42 not out. Deshaun James got 31, and so the score 105 for 1. He's getting an edge, goes fine down to third man, hustles in, gets the return in. 1 more to the total. 4 for no loss. The wind picks up here once more. The ETW ball full toss, and that might be a no ball for height. They're off and running. I could tell you this much, they're running very aggressively and no signal. So 5 for no loss, playing over number 1. Moves in now to bowl. Strokes it into the offside, off and running. It's going to be pretty aggressive running. These two have decided they're going to run very aggressively, and they're doing that. 6 for no loss. Not a bad start by St. James's. Moves in once more to bowl, gets bat on to ball, pushes it into the offside, can't score. That ends over number 1. 6 for no loss. Not a bad start for St. James's. So Austin Williams will settle, and we have the bowler to bowl from the bar to tail end. Now the wind is blowing towards the west, and anything struck into that area would be ably assisted going down the hill and all. Williams settles as he bowls. He's swinging, massive heave. That's a big 6. My goodness. Williams latched on to a full toss and hit it hard. It's gone for 6. It has certainly woke up the crowd here. And you could see Williams is proud of himself. I mean, it was a full toss, and he latched on to that. It was a mighty heave. It went far. 6 runs to Williams. Settles over his bat once more. Ball is stopped by the umpire. Moves in now to bowl. Another full toss. He has a heaver. That should be a no ball for height. Signaled by the square leg umpire. Also signaled by the presiding umpire. It's going to be a free hit. So, free hit delivery. And Williams already in a hitting mood. Let's see what happens here now. The bowler moves in now to bowl short. And, oh, this time, when he has the free hit, he is not hitting out. But when it's not a free hit, he's really hitting it mightily. That's interesting. Well, Williams will settle once more. So the field being spread hither, thither, and yon. VOJN, the defending champions, wouldn't want to go down to their neighbours, St. James's. St. James's will want to win this one. Here goes. Moves in now to bowl to Williams. Then pushes it into the offside. They're off and running. Yeah, and they're going to run aggressively. You're going to see that. They're intent on running aggressively. The score 14 for no loss. We're in over number 2. And St. James is making a pretty brisk response here. Are we going to have history made today? I think the VOJN coach is getting just a little edgy. This kind of response wasn't quite anticipated, I don't believe. Moves in once more to bowl. He's going after that, and they're going to run again. Oh my goodness, that's another 2 because it's going to be signaled wide. What they have over the VOJN fielders for the moment is that they're running really aggressively. Looks as if that's a plan from Adrian Williams from the camp. And so that's 2 more to the total. So here goes, stops in his run up. And I think the VOJN camp would be just a little worried here. This is not the kind of response they would have liked. The keeper is way outside the off stump. Here goes, Bowes is pushing it into the onside. This time they decide not to rush through for the single. So Williams seems to be enjoying his batting. Settles over his bat. Look at where the keeper is standing, and I mean literally standing. Let's see if he isn't bending at all. He stands up straight, and that's what I was thinking about. If he got one down there, how will he stop it? Well, he was able to dive across to unstop it. So another wide. Well, that's an interesting bit of movement there by the keeper. He's standing way outside the off stump, and he has to dive a long way when it's the leg side wide. Here goes, bowled, another wide. This time the keeper pulls it in. So VOJN being challenged here. They're under pressure, I could tell you, the champion team. So here goes, moves in now to bowl. Williams is slitting it down the hill. It goes. It's traveling. It might get there, might not get there. The fielder is quick. They should get at least 2. The fielder falls over, and hesitation. He's home. For the first time, they seemed a little sluggish there, and I think Williams is shouting that at them. Looks as if Williams is in some problem. So Williams obviously in some problems. Adrian Williams got out there quickly. He can't afford for his main batsman to have to come off. I think the run chase would be all done and dusted. I think the VOJN coaches and the team would recognize that if you take Austin Williams out of the equation, St. James's doesn't have a real big challenge. But once Austin Williams is there, anything is possible. Captain is into the attack now. He strikes it into the onside. Surprisingly, they didn't try to hustle for a single there. And for the VOJN team, you take Deshaun James and Tijari Daniel out of the equation. It's also not much to deal with either. This time he's completely beaten, and it goes through for what might be a bye. Let's see what the umpire will signal. It seems as if he got a touch on that, a bit of bat on that. Would that be a chance then? Keeper didn't hold on to it, so one more to the total. Runs continue to come for the St. James's team. As here's James moving in now to bowl. Turns it into the onside. Could have thought of the single. But it seems as if since that injury or whatever, Williams has slowed down considerably. He was rushing through for everything earlier. Here he goes, moves in now, Deshaun. He's going to be pretty much on line. Hits it in the air. Didn't really latch onto that. The fielder is racing in. That looks like Daniel. He's a good fielder. Gets a return into James, who stops it. One more to the total. That was in the air for a long time. Didn't really latch onto that one. So here he goes, moves in once more to bowl. He's beaten once more, goes past the keeper once more. Did he get an edge this time? As let's see, the umpire doesn't signal again. Seems as if it's another edge. And so the keeper being urged by the captain to hold the ball. Because once that ball plays and it goes to the keeper, it has to be a chance. So that batsman would have gotten 2 chances. James bowling pretty accurately. He's bowling to the stumps. Bowls. He's hitting it in the air once more. The fielder chases after it. They might even think 2 here. They thought about it and just running a little more slowly now. Maybe because of the injury. And so Williams having a quick word with his counterpart, the other captain of the other team, James. Maybe telling him, I told you that we're going to make these runs. And James is saying, you can't make these runs. So that ends the over. Williams has a swish and a miss outside the off stump. So my mind tells me that if Williams lasts for another 4 or 5 overs, VOJN would really have a headache here. I think they're already starting to have a bit of a headache, and that's it almost looks as if he thought it would have been wide and he was leaving it alone, and then belatedly thought, I should have played at that. So being told by Adrian Williams not to do that again. Bowls now. He's hitting it in the air. Is the fielder going to get to it? Drops well short of the fielder and misfields. They're going back for the second. It might even go across the boundary. Let's see. Joby is watching that closely. Wendell Micey Wallace is right there. He'll indicate if it's a boundary or not. It's not a boundary. So 2 more to the total. Brings Williams back in strike. So Williams will settle as the bowler moves in once more to bowl. He's hitting it in the air, but it's straight now away from the fielder. Races across. Sliding effort, and it has gone through, I think, maybe. The ball is being relayed. No, there's no signal, so apparently it's only 2 more. So Williams getting advice from Coach Williams. So it seems that the fielder might have damaged. Is it herself? I think it's a female. I'm not sure. Wendell Micey Wallace making sure the fielder is okay. So Austin Williams getting encouragement from his teammates. He's having a swing at that. Fortunately for him, a little inner edge would have saved him because it came into his pads as well. But he could have heard the sound from all the way out here, and that would have saved him. Would have been a mighty shout for LBW had he not gotten that inner edge. Here he goes, bold. He's swinging bold! Williams is bold! And is that the turning point in this game? So, big celebration here. They know the importance of that wicket, VOJN, and maybe, just maybe, that's the end of the run chase with Williams coming back after a busy little knock, and it will be Zane Mintus who will replace him. Well, it's going to be the captain, James Bowles. He's driving at that, comes off the edge, goes to third man. They're picking up one more. So one more to the total. So it's going to be James. Will be bowling now to Zane Mintus. A little man moves in now to bowl. He's punching it into the offside. They're off and running. The man at long off races in. And one more to the total. Good start by Mintus. Punching it into the offside. So it's going to be James once more. Moving in now to bowl. He's turning it into the onside. They might look for two here. Let's see how quickly they can cross. The lady comes in. They're turning for the second. Adrian Williams has asked them to go back, and they've gotten it. That's great running. So we are still seeing some aggression here from the St. James's team once they get bat on ball. So even though Williams has gone, the action continues. The runs continue to come. Maybe, just maybe, the run chase isn't over yet. Here goes, balls. He's switching at that. This time the keeper holds on to it. And so that one, no edge on that one. Those with the edges he allowed to go through. This one he held on to nicely. You call that improvement, I guess. Here he goes, moves in once more to bowl. This time he turns it into the onside once more. The fielder races across, feels well, might throw it away. No. One more to the total. So the runs continue to come. So Mintus will settle now. Zane Brand bowls, and he's flashing at that. Goes through. The keeper holds on to it well on this occasion. And that ends the over from James. New bowler into the attack. We're bowling now to Mintus. Bowls outside the house. So Mintus is hitting it in the air. The fielder races in and puts a foot to it. I think he actually took it on the full with the foot. Somebody is screaming at him to catch the ball. He put his foot to it. Micey Wallace is a little amused, but maybe not too happy about it. And definitely put his foot to that instead of trying to catch it. Mintus is fortunate to still be there. Moves in once more. And he just managed to get that one, a creeper really. Keeping really low. Just managed to keep it out. So at least he's bowling on stumps. And that would make him pretty dangerous. Once they are not bowling whites, that wouldn't help the cause of the St. James's team. Here he goes, bowls, full toss, strokes it into the offside, off and running. Is Minter stroking it past the bowler, and they're going to be running through for one. Hitting it nicely straight down the ground past the bowler, and they should be looking for a second here. That's what Deshaun and Tijari did well whenever there was an opportunity to collect another one. Austin Williams was doing that earlier too with Niger. So here goes the bowler. Moves in now to bowl to Niger. Bowls. He's getting just a little bat on that. The toe end of the bat hits it up towards the bowler. Can't score. Here he goes once more. Moves in now to bowl, and again strokes it into the offside. Well stopped on this occasion, and that ends the over. I believe that Talia has been asked to carry a message. I don't think there will be too much of a change of bat, or is there a real change of bat? Yes, there's a change of bat. So James, I think they're making a gamble here. They're bowling James with his final over, hoping that he'll pick up a couple of wickets. If he doesn't, he might be needed at the back end and he won't be able to bowl. I think this might be his third over. Here he goes, moves in now to bowl. He's stroking it nicely. A little bend of the knee there by Mintos. The little man races after it. I said he mightn't be able to stop a ball, but I apologize. He raced after that nicely and picked it up and got the return in. One more to the total. Can Niger hit a 4 here? He looks a little stronger than Mintos. Here he goes. Bowl. Full toss. He's swinging it into the onside. Long on races in. Picks it up and gets the return in. So one more to the total. That was a full toss, struck into the onside and picked up an easy single. Good fielding by the long on fielder. Here goes once more. James bowls. He's on the back foot, and they really should have gone through for the run there. And Adrian Williams is telling them they should be running the runs. Keeper went a long way to pull it in. That should have been a single. If they lose by 1 run, that was it. Here goes. Moves in once more. James to bowl to Mintos. Mintos is getting an edge. This time they're off and running. Fielder races in and eventually gets... No, they're going to get more. Well, no. Niger wisely sent him back because apparently he knows a little bit about the field. They got there quickly too. So James moves in once more. It's time to bowl to Niger. The captain pauses to make an adjustment to the field. Well, Skidder, the coach, is indicating the adjustment. So here he goes. Moves in once more to bowl. This time he's shouting his appeal. The umpire is unimpressed. But James was really interested in that. He was leaping in the air, screaming his appeal at Kian Pemberton, who shook his head vigorously and said not out. Here goes, moves in now to bowl. He's driving over the head of the bowler and didn't go through. Zane Mintos is in park. Niger was trying to run and Zane Mintos was in park, and so that ends the over. So after 7 overs, St. James is chasing 106 for victory, 44 for 1. Batsman out Austin Williams, but the 2 batsmen, Niger and Zane Mintos, still going along. They run in between the wicket, a little stuttery, but for the moment they're not doing badly. 44 for 1 the score. So they have 8 more overs. Is it possible? Well, we'll wait and see. VOJN would want to get a couple more wickets to put the cat among the pigeons here. So the action will continue. Mintus, it is in strike. The coaches Wendell Wallace and Skidder ringing the changes in the field. The bowler starts and then stops. He's coming in from the Bartle tail end. Mintus is in strike. 44 for 1. Still more adjustments to the field. Here goes. Moves in now to bowl. He's hitting this one down towards third man. Races in and they pick up a single. So one more to the total. 45 for the loss of 1. .45 for 1. Here he goes, bowls, better delivery. He's just jabbing the bat at it. And he's asking, well, he's saying that he struck him on the thigh pad, I'm not sure. But 45 for 1. Here he goes once more, moves in now to bowl. He's hitting it into the well, almost got run out there because he was heading to one of the better fielders, the captain himself, and he almost ran him out. Here he goes, moves in once more to bowl. He's swinging into that. There's the little man racing off the boundary. He misfields. They're going to turn for a second. And the return comes in. Not the strongest of returns, so 2 more to the total. So based on my reckoning, it's about 47 now for the loss of 1. Moves in now to bowl. He's having a switch at that. Goes to the keeper. The fielder races across. Picks it up just about now. Gets the return in. And make that 48. It's a bye. 48 for the loss of 1. We are still in over number 8. So the bowler will continue from the batter tail end. Here he goes, moves in now to bowl, and he's punching it up the strip. The bowler races across, pulls it in with both hands, gets a round of applause. That ends the over. 48 for the loss of 1 after 8. Deshaun James ringing the changes in the field with Tijari Daniel into the attack now. He is initially going forward and then went back and somehow still managed to get batting it back up the strip to the bowler. So James has bowled out. Here's Daniel bowling. He's hitting it in the air. Mintus, the fielder, stops it well. They were going through for the... Well, that was a nice little stop in the end. So here goes once more. Daniel moves in now to bowl to Nigel. Bowls. He's hitting it over the head of the bowler. He was looking to catch that, but it was clear of him. And 1 more to the total. So the score inches along. The boundary's not coming, and not a lot of wides being given away here by the bowlers. So they'll have to find one some other way. He swings into that, but there's a man deep at square leg, and he feels it nicely with a little style too. And 1 more to the total. It was a full toss. He latched onto it, hit it well, but pretty much straight to the man on the deep square leg boundary who stopped it well. So here goes once more. Bowls. He's hitting it again. This time down towards long on. The fielder races in. Bubbles slightly, but only a single. 1 more to the total. So they're not giving away any extras. They'll have to work for their runs here, St. James's. Here he goes. Moves in now to go flatter fast. He punches it into the offside. Goes away from the man. Racing in now from the third man boundary and gets there and would pick up 1 more, and that would end the over. I don't think Mintus was aware that he was the one in strike, but he's now going to settle in his stance, and the bowler will bowl from the batter tail end. They've lost track of the score, but not a lot of boundaries in recent times, so they're just in the 50s. Still one wicket, but if they're going to challenge this, they'll need to have a couple of boundaries. They're not getting the wides right now, so they'll have to manufacture some runs here. And there's one way to manufacture runs, and that's to hit the ball. Mentos in strike. He bowls, loopy delivery. He's hitting it just away from the bowler. They might think of two here, but the captain races after it. And they'll pick up. No, that's Tijari racing after it, and they pick up one. So one more to the total. So they're going along by the ones. Here goes once more, moves in now to bowl. That would be a wide. An awful one too. As wide as Charlestown. Here he goes, moves in once more to bowl, and that's another wide. And seems as if VOJN not playing it fair. They have an extra fielder. Matter of fact, make that two extra fielders on the field of play. So they're getting some wides now. That would help the cause better. And he just got the toe end of the bat on it as it crept along the carpet. Looks a little frustrated that he didn't latch on to that better, but balls like that could roll right onto the bat and hit the stumps. Here he goes now. He's down the track. He swings into it, but the man James goes down in the approved fashion, stops it. Some other primary schoolers would not have done that. He is a very good cricketer, he is, James. And he's pretty close in too. So that made the stop even better. He's hitting this one. That's a brilliant take. That's a brilliant take by Daniel. Reaching a long way across one-handed and taking a super catch. So these guys, they play in the big league, congratulated by his captain. The ball was going away from him and he leaped, and the outstretched right hand, it stuck. It was a brilliant catch. And so Niger would have batted long and hard for his team, and it's all over for him in this game. New batsman in. The bowler will bowl after getting that wicket. Brilliant catch by Daniel. Moves in now to bowl wide of the mark, but he tugs it from outside the off stump into the onside. Can't score. Had to reach a long way for that one. So here he goes. Moves in now to bowl. Well, the keeper was a bit slow there, but wide signal. I think he was out of his crease, definitely. Realized late and then got back in long after the fact. Keeper was a bit slow in reacting. He moves in once more to bowl. Another wide. They'll all add up. So he'll bowl once more. Here he goes, moves in now to bowl. Better delivery. He's swinging this one in the air away from James, so slides across to pull it in. But one more to the total. That ends the over. Well, I really thought that James had bowled out, but he has another over. So this is like a trump card here for the VOJN team, playing their ace right now. He's having a swing at that. They should have been running. The keeper has to run a long way. And Zane Mintus is in park again. The other batsman would need some nudging to say, let's go. Zane Mintus is the set batter. He didn't say anything. And the keeper had to run a long way to pull it in. Here he goes, moves in once more to bowl. He's slamming it. Fielder does well, does James, sliding across, knocking it down. Good effort there, because that was hit hard. So here he goes once more, moves in now to bowl. He's tugging into that one, and this time they're off and running. Slight bubble there, one more to the total. That would bring Mintus into strike. James, economical type of run-up bowls. He's stroking it into the onside. This time the fielder races in from square leg. They didn't try to go for the single on that occasion. Here's James moving in once more to bowl. He's having a switch at that. Shouts his appeal, does Daniel. The umpire unimpressed. Here goes James, moves in once more. He's hitting it in the air, but away from the man at back with a point. He's racing away after it. Picks it up now, but one more to the total. And ends over number 11. 4 overs remaining. At this rate, it looks as if VOJN has it pretty much wrapped up. New bowler will be bowling now. Bowls. He's driving it into the offside. Can't run on Daniel, who bubbles with it. Messed up big time. And recovers. No chance of a run though. Batsman not too keen on that. So, let's see. It looks as if it's Mintus in strike. We're into over number 12, I believe. White signal by the umpire. Bentley is the name of the bowler. Moves in now to bowl. Outside the off stump. He has a switch at that. Tug into leg. Misses a shot. Shoot to the keeper. Bentley it is. From the historic batter to then bowls. He's having a switch at that. A white signal by the umpire. Almost trained himself with that bat there, Mintus. Swing and a miss. So they need some boundaries. Come on, Bentley, says one of the VOJN supporters. Bowls. He has a switch and a miss once more. So a lot of the fielders standing as if the national anthem is being played. So here goes. That should be another wide. He goes after it, and then now they're going to run. So make that 2 more to the total. Running as if he's struggling in those parts though. 2 more wides. So Bentley bending them away from the batsman and the keeper too. As he will bowl once more. From the batter to then bowls. That's another wide. This time a leg side wide. Keeper comes across and stops it. So 1 more to the total. Can Bentley assist the cause of the St. James's team here in a big way? They all add up. Here goes Bentley moving in now to bowl. He goes low, trying to swing that one away. And then hits it after the fact. He's appealing. He knows the game, Daniel. Appealing because the batsman really shouldn't be hitting that ball a second time. So here goes. Moves in now to bowl. Loops it up. He's swinging and missing. Gets back in his crease quickly. It's been a long time since the last boundary. Things have gone mighty quiet. Like Tropical Storm Hurricane Beryl, that is. Moves in now to bowl. He's swinging and gets a bit of baton to that, and that ends the over. And seems as if they were playing 12 overs. So that's the end of the game. VOJN, the champion team, remain undefeated, and the Sporting St. James's team go out to congratulate them. So good to see that. Good camaraderie between the players. They're from St. James's, all of them. Lots of them would be friends. And so that's the way we're going to leave you from the Eater Willett Park